Hayden Fontanet, Mr. Rojas, at the sentencing. Good morning. Are you Caden
Yes.
Fontanet? And this is 25 DCCR 1759. Mr. Fontanet was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the first-degree felony offense of aggravated robbery. It was an unagreed plea. I've received the pre-sentence report. Have you both had an opportunity to review that report?
We have, Your Honor. The status, Judge.
Are there any additions or corrections to the report?
Not from the defense. Not from the...
Right away, the defense attorney faces an uphill battle. Surveillance footage has already been admitted, and once a judge sees the actual crime unfold on video, arguments for leniency become significantly harder. The big question now is, can the defendant's age and background outweigh the seriousness of an armed robbery caught on camera?
From the state, Judge.
And Mr. Coleman, you said you have a witness or some evidence?
Actually, Judge, Mr. Rojas has graciously stipulated to the admission of the surveillance video from the convenience store in question. So
Okay.
I need to call my custodian record. With the court's permission, first of all, I'm offering states one. No, Judge.
Make that states two, because this one was the plea admonishment documentation, please.
I'm offering states two. No objection.
States two is admitted.
Permission to publish, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Judge, I think that's all I wish to publish unless the court wants to see the entirety of the video.
But I think that's enough. Any other evidence or witnesses?
No, Judge, just brief argument if I may.
Any other evidence or witnesses for Mr. Rojas?
No, Your Honor, just like...
Mr. Rojas, you may make argument first.
Thank you, Judge. And obviously, after seeing that video, it makes what we're asking for harder to do. What we're here asking for this morning, Judge, is probation. Mr. Fontanet, he is a young offender. I know the court is tired of seeing.
This is a classic mitigation argument. The defense isn't denying what happened. They're trying to explain why it happened. In sentencing, judges often hear difficult life stories, but the challenge is deciding whether hardship explains the crime or simply provides context. What do you think? Should personal circumstances reduce a sentence for a violent offense?
You're hearing the same story over and over, young guys with guns in here. He's got a limited criminal history. I believe this is his first felony. He's never been on any kind of felony supervision or felony probation. Unfortunately, he's just fallen into the same situation that we see so many other youthful offenders fall into. He's got no direction in life. He's very little support at home. Sees no way out of the situation that he's in, so he goes and decides to rob a store and get some money. Did the wrong thing. And if his story in the PSI is to be believable for what I believe is the right reason, he's trying to help his mom out at home, trying to pay some bills, keep the lights on. Certainly, there are better ways to go about doing that. And I hope that the time in jail has taught Mr. Fontanet that we've got options here, Judge. We can send him to prison or we can put him on probation. Certainly, he's on the road if this conduct continues, he's on the road with prison. I don't know that the day is the best time to make that exit for him.
Now the prosecution takes center stage, and notice the shift in focus. The defense talked about the defendant's future. The prosecutor is about to talk about the community's safety. This is where sentencing hearings often become a tug of war between rehabilitation and punishment.
He's got a long life to live. We can send him to prison. He can be there for a few years and come back out. I don't know that he's going to get the help that he really needs in prison. There are programs available on probation that if he's serious about turning his life around, like he says in the PSI, those programs can help him. And if he does take advantage of those, it in turn would make the community a little bit safer, because there'd be one less guy go running around with a gun when he does get out of prison, if that were the road that you chose to take. Planning on living at home with his mom. I think he has some younger siblings there. To his benefit, before he was even arrested, he started a GED. I think on the night that this happened, he had just finished a GED class and made a dumb decision to go hang out with these guys that he should not have been hanging out with, and did this robbery. Again, Judge, you've got two options. You can send him to prison, or you can try to get him some help on probation. And
that's a powerful statement. Prosecutors know that sentencing isn't just about one defendant. It's also about deterrence. The message being sent here is clear. If armed robberies keep happening, serious prison time is supposed to discourage others from making the same choice.
And hopefully he will take advantage of that. And certainly if he doesn't, we're going to know pretty quick. And you'll have another chance to send him to prison, probably for a longer time.
All right, thank you. What is the status of the other two are there co-defendants? Have they been charged?
They have been charged, Judge, and I have both of their cases, Judge.
And they have not been sentenced yet or
No,
anything
Judge.
like that?
No,
Okay.
Judge.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Coleman.
Yeah, I'll be brief. Whether it's the Pine Club Apartments or Rogers Park or a Speedy Mart, you've seen this, and we've seen this in this community all too often. I'm preaching to the choir, Judge. Prayer vigils and advisory committees, all that stuff's fine, but you judge where the rubber meets the road. You are that person that can protect the community from somebody like this defendant. You are that person that can either let him walk out of this courtroom on probation with a piece of paper.
Pay close attention to the judge's tone here. Experienced judges often reveal their thinking before announcing the sentence. He's not just evaluating the robbery itself. He's looking at the defendant's behavior in jail, risk assessments, and the broader pattern of youth violence in the community. Those factors can heavily influence the final outcome.
With conditions and promises that he won't resort to this kind of violence that you saw on that video, or you can ensure that the community is safe by putting him behind steel bars, concrete wall, and razor wire fence. I'm just asking, I'm not in the habit of begging, but on behalf of this community, I'm begging that you sentence this defendant to prison. The message that needs to be sent to this defendant and his circle of friends and anybody who would want to be like this defendant is that if you pick up a gun with the intent to commit violence, you're gonna pick up a 15, 20, 25-year prison sentence, Judge. And I'm just asking that you do this on behalf of people who live at the Pine Club Apartments, who just want to live in peace, people who want to go take a walk at Rogers Park and not be robbed, and somebody that wants to stop at a Speedy Mart convenience store and pick up some snacks without becoming a victim of a robbery. That's all I have, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. So, Mr. Fontenette, there was a time some years ago that there really wasn't even a question. Everyone, state's attorneys were recommending youthful.
25 years. That's the moment everything changes. The courtroom reaction says it all. Despite the defense's plea for probation, the judge concluded that public safety and accountability outweighed the possibility of community supervision. It's a reminder that sentencing isn't only about where someone has been. It's also about where the court believes they're headed. Was this sentence justified? Or should the judge have given him a second chance? Let us know in the comments.
Full offenders, probation, let's give everybody an opportunity. And things have just changed in such an incredibly dangerous way with young people doing what I just saw you do on that screen. I cannot imagine the fear that that person had that was working in that store, that he now has, just trying to go to work, make a living, and go home. And he has 3 people come in and not just grab a little quick something and run out, but terrorize him for quite some time. Pulling him around, yanking him around, putting guns in his face, all 3 of you. I also, in addition to the PSI, get jail incident reports. And you apparently like to fight and jump people, which is what's been happening in the jail. So it makes it very difficult for me to go, oh, this is something